is like highlighting, spotlighting these incredible people and solutions is still evolving as we go through the decade of change.
Like literally just a minute ago, the royal family dropped a bombshell no one saw coming. And no, this isn't some minor protocol shift or dress code drama. We're talking about something so shocking that it's already echoing through the walls of Buckingham Palace. Whispers everywhere. Tension off the charts. People are asking, why now? What's really going on behind those royal curtains? Well, grab a cup of tea because what you're about to hear will blow your mind. It all started like a quiet, eerie morning, but you could feel something was brewing. Phones began ringing like crazy, frantic calls lighting up across the UK. Journalists were racing to their desks trying to get the scoop, but guess what? There was nothing. Silence. Utter silence. And if you know anything about the royal family, silence is never good. It's usually all pomp and perfect control, right? But today, it was like someone yanked the plug. The palace went mute. No press releases, no friendly updates, nada. Reporters were scrambling and news anchors were stretching airtime, trying to make sense of what wasn't being said. Speculation? Oh, it went wild. Like full-on conspiracy mode. Was the king sick? Was someone being forced to step down? Was the throne changing hands? Nobody knew a thing. And the weirdest part? Even the inner circle, those closest to the crown, hadn't been briefed. That never happened. It was like the entire system just vanished. Which, let's be honest, is kind of terrifying because when the royal family goes silent, it usually means drama, like major drama. Then suddenly people started realizing something super odd. William and Kate hadn't shown up to an earlier royal engagement. At first, everyone brushed it off, but as the hours passed and their absence became more glaring, the dots started connecting. This wasn't a coincidence. They were staying out of sight on purpose. Where were King Charles and Queen Camilla though? Radio silence, not a peep. So all eyes shifted to William and Kate. The mood in the entire nation shifted. It wasn't curiosity anymore. It was this looming dread, like we were on the edge of something massive and everyone felt it. This wasn't your average royal rumor or a palace affair whisper. It was bigger, deeper. And then at 6:00 p.m., bam, the announcement aired. But it wasn't from King Charles or Camilla. It was just William and Kate alone in a simple room, no gilded thrones, no guards, no dramatic red carpet. It was just them speaking directly to us. No fluff, no frills, just truth. William looked serious, not angry, but determined. You could hear the weight in his voice. He wasn't just speaking as a future king. He was speaking as a man who had something important to say, something that would shake centuries of tradition. And boy, did he deliver. Then Kate spoke, and let me tell you, the internet lost it.
How you've been able to cope really. And I put that down to your really early years, childhood experience.
She wasn't begging for attention or respect. She was just being real, like heart on her sleeve, honest. No titles, no royal jargon, just Kate, cool, collected, and bold. She dropped royal norms like they were yesterday's news and spoke straight from the heart. They weren't demanding loyalty. They were offering something way rarer, trust. And you could feel it. King Charles and Queen Camilla, MIA. No reaction, no signs of support, not even a polite nod. The room behind William and Kate, bare. No family portraits, no reminders of legacy. It was like they were saying, we're starting fresh. And here's the kicker. It didn't feel like a rebellion. It felt like a quiet revolution, the kind that doesn't shout but changes everything. It wasn't about castles and crowns anymore. It was about connection, real leadership, human emotions. It didn't echo off palace walls. It echoed in our homes, through our phones. You felt it in your chest. The vibe wasn't ceremonial. It was intimate, raw. And even after the message ended, that tension, it didn't disappear. It deepened. It settled in. Because we all knew this wasn't a speech. This was a shift, a turning point. And the last thing they said, chills, absolute chills. It was a full-on mic drop moment, the kind that changes the royal family forever. Okay, so after William and Kate shook the royal world with that bombshell, you'd think maybe things would calm down, right? Oh no, darling, that was just the beginning. The fallout, messy doesn't even cover it. William didn't make that announcement to disrespect his father. He wasn't trying to steal the spotlight. He just wanted to do the right thing. He wasn't gunning for power or popularity. He genuinely wanted to help people. To modernize a monarchy that, let's face it, was feeling a bit dusty. But plot twist? The public went wild for it, and not in a cute royal wave kind of way. People were obsessed. They were done with the glitz, the processions, and those never-ending rituals. Instead, they were saying yes to something that felt real, raw, relevant. William and Kate weren't giving fairy tale vibes. They were giving hope. They were bringing the monarchy down from its pedestal and walking with the people. And guess what? The palace? Not thrilled. Inside those marble walls, the tension was thick. King Charles? Devastated. Not furious, worse. Heartbroken. The man had waited his whole life for that crown, literally. And now, right when he finally gets it, all eyes shift to William. That stings. It wasn't rebellion. It was worse. It was indifference. The public didn't hate Charles. They just stopped noticing. He faded. Not because William was throwing shade, but because people were just more interested in what William and Kate were doing. Real stuff. Relevant stuff. Charles left in the background. Quiet, aching, and alone with that invisible weight no one talks about. And then there's Camilla. Oh, girl, she wasn't having it. She didn't stay silent like Charles. She moved fast. Sources say Camilla wanted control over the Diana initiative. Yep, you heard right. She wanted Diana's name, Diana's legacy back under royal reigns. She wanted it all swept back into the palace's arms and managed like a press release, neat, clean, safe. But it didn't go that way. Because the public, he wasn't buying it. Camilla felt something worse than dislike. She felt irrelevant. The ghost of Diana, whose memory never really left, was suddenly alive in every headline, in every whisper, every post. And Kate? She wasn't hiding from that shadow. She was embracing it. That shook Camilla badly because for years she worked so hard to build her image. Charities, appearances, playing the long game, all to escape Diana's silhouette. And now, boom, that name is back, glowing brighter than ever. And not in her favor. The palace didn't fight it directly. They played the long game. Cold silence, no statements, no public support. Just let it fizzle out, they thought. Spoiler alert, it didn't. William saw the strategy immediately. That cold shoulder, that calculated silence, oh, he clocked it from a mile away. But instead of backing down, he doubled down. He didn't ask for approval, he acted. He didn't want to burn the monarchy down. He wanted to evolve it, make it mean something again. And he realized he didn't need a crown to do that. He needed connection. And wow, did the people connect. But the fallout, I mean, ooh. Charles and William's relationship took a massive hit. No yelling, no public fights, just that unbearable cold space between two men who love each other but want completely different futures. Charles clung to tradition. William wanted a revolution. A quiet one, but still. And while all this was happening behind the palace gates, the public had made up their minds. Their hearts already moved on from Charles, from Camilla. The new stars were William and Kate. The media noticed too, big time. No one was talking about Charles's ceremonial ribbon cuttings anymore. No one cared. The headlines, all William and Kate. Their youth center visit, viral. Their climate projects, trending globally. Their honesty, people couldn't get enough. Even inside the palace, things started to shift fast. Royal aides suddenly choosing to work with Kensington Palace, not Buckingham. Junior staff wanting in on William and Kate's projects, especially the Diana initiative. Photographers ditching Clarence House for wherever Will and Kate were. This wasn't betrayal, this was evolution. Quiet. Inevitable. The buzz wasn't about titles, it was about trust. About work that actually meant something. Even younger royals started leaning into William's vision because they saw it. This was the future. And Kate, OMG, she was out here making moves that even the palace couldn't ignore. This wasn't charity in heels, this was leadership in action. Her project to provide mental health support for young people, already transforming lives. Not a campaign, not a poster, an actual nationwide program. Because she remembered how William and Harry suffered alone in silence after losing Diana. She was breaking that cycle. And then, oh my gosh, one of the most powerful moments yet. William at a climate meeting, just another attendee with a plain name tag. No press, no grand speech. And a young boy from a flood-hit village straight up asked him, "Are you here to help or just for show?" And William, without missing a beat, said, "I'm here to help. And if I'm not, you can tell me." That video went viral. But William wasn't trying to be viral. He was just being honest. And for once, a royal wasn't on a podium. He was on the ground, listening. The Diana Initiative was no longer just a project. It had become a movement, a massive, heart-legged, action-focused movement. And it wasn't stopping at the UK's borders. It was spreading across continents. Clinics were opening in Canada. Maternal health programs launched in Southeast Asia. Partnerships were forming in places the royal family had only ever waved at from a distance. But William and Kate? They didn't wave. They showed up. And this wasn't just a change in style. This was a change in substance. And people inside the palace? Some were inspired. Others, terrified. Because Kate wasn't just the future. She was the present. And the monarchy would never be the same again. So, here we are. Not at the beginning, not even at the middle, but at the point where everything changed. And the crown, it's already feeling lighter in one place and heavier in another. Because while the palace clung to old ways and gold-embossed invitations, Kate Middleton was changing the monarchy from the ground up. And the wildest part? She wasn't even trying to. There was no rebellion, no war cry, no dramatic speech from a royal balcony, just one woman.
Well, William and Kate's announcement follows Meghan and Harry's controversial sit-down interview. The video of their announcement getting hundreds of thousands of views.
Who decided that kindness was stronger than tradition. That service meant more than status. And it worked. Oh, it worked brilliantly. Even when the media frenzy started to quiet down and the headlines moved on, Kate didn't. She was still there, still showing up, still holding hands with grieving mothers, still sitting with exhausted healthcare workers, still visiting shelters no one else cared about. No cameras, no crowds, no curated image, just Kate. And behind her, a quiet, powerful revolution that had nothing to do with glittering crowns and everything to do with real people. Her Diana initiative was no longer just a cause. It had become a heartbeat, a movement that reached into communities across the world and whispered, "You matter." Even now, as you're reading this, someone somewhere is being helped because of it. Because Kate made a choice. She didn't want to lead later, she wanted to serve now. And that hit everyone differently. The royal press office had to catch up fast. Briefings stopped coming from Buckingham Palace and started flowing out of Kensington. Royal aides quietly transferring to Kate and William's teams. Even photographers choosing to follow their every step because they were where the story was. And inside the family, that quiet discomfort settled in. Because Kate and William weren't doing what royals were supposed to do. They weren't standing in polished shoes on palace steps, waving to a world they never touched. They were kneeling in mud, holding broken hands, talking about things that actually mattered: mental health, maternal safety, education, the climate. And they weren't doing it for applause, they were doing it for change. And change had already come. You see, the old way of monarchy, the wave, the balcony, the diamond-studded silence, it just doesn't land the same anymore. Not in a world where people are grieving, struggling, waking up every day trying to survive. What people want now is heart. And in Kate, they found it. People didn't need a queen in gold. They needed someone who sat down beside them when no one else did. And so they crowned her, not with ceremony, but with love. The people's queen, not just a nickname now, a truth. Kate didn't just walk in Diana's footsteps, she turned them into a path. And she's walking it with William beside her, not as a royal couple trying to impress, but as a team fighting to matter. And the monarchy, it didn't collapse, but it changed forever. Because once you see real, you can't unsee it. Once someone treats you like a human, no title can match it. Kate didn't just save the monarchy from fading into tradition, she made it feel again. And maybe, just maybe, that's what Diana would have wanted all along. So, what do you think? Are we watching the rise of a new kind of monarchy? One not based on bloodlines and castles, but on connection and compassion? Let us know in the comments. And if you were as moved as we were, like, share, and subscribe for more royal revelations. This isn't just celebrity news, it's history in heels. Now go ahead, hit play on the next video. We're just getting started.